Hello, hello. Happy Monday night to all of you guys. Thank you so much for coming out for the Martinsville 250. In the booth, well, just me for now, but Bill will be here any minute. He said he is on his way, so he should be hopping in any second now. But as for the drivers, they are completing their qualifying laps, keeping an eye on the times that come through, and we should be starting here very shortly. Hi everyone. Hi chat. Hello. How are you guys doing tonight? Oh, what's this? We have a we had someone driving through the infield. Hey, what's up? What up? Just have a couple, not a couple, several couples, several, two or more, right? Or plus two. There's several drivers finishing their last qualifying laps here. For those of you who care, just a quick rundown of the season standings as of last race. So first place, Stephen Carlisle. Second place, Nick Vasquez. Third position, Zach Johnson. Fourth, Corey Mott. And fifth, Josh Stoltz. So currently those are the top five drivers. And the driver with the most wins rather is Corey Mott with 2. And then just a refresher from last week, Corey Mott won Homestead Miami Speedway. Caleb Sheets got second. Nick Vasquez came third. And then last Monday at Las Vegas, Nick Vasquez won that race. Tyler Krozak came second. Stephen Carlisle came third. All right, I think we're all qualified, so we should be gridding up here any second. Taking a look at the results to the qualifying, looks like Noah Hamilton currently on the pole with a 19.45, and Caleb Sheets just behind him. Stephen Carlisle will be starting third, and Zach Johnson fourth. Josh Stoltz fifth. Looks like Vasquez missed the top five by one 100th of a second, so very tight field there through the top 6. Not a completely full field tonight, so we should see a lot of green flag racing with the numbers being smaller. I think it just being Martinsville kind of kept some people away, but should be some good racing because there's less people. All right, looks like we're all gridded up. I know I just mentioned the top 6 there, so I'll fly through those. Just first position Hamilton, second Sheets, Third place Carlisle, fourth place Johnson, fifth place Stoltz, sixth place Vasquez, seventh Corey Mott, eighth Tyler Krozak, ninth Noah Hunt, 10th Caleb Carter, hey Bill, 11th Hunter Bogdan, 12th Michael Deitch. Yeah, 13th Joe Gibbons, 14th Jonathan Ligaire. Yeah, I got you. 15th Tyler Bellinger, and 16th Jim Mott. Thanks, Taft. Thanks, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, he just got here. I muted him. All right, and we're rolling off. We should have 2 parade laps, I think.
Thomas?
Yep, I got you. Can you hear me? I can hear you, Bill. I don't know. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Hey, sorry, I had push to talk on. I can hear you.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
All right.
We should have 1 more parade lab, I think. Yeah, okay. So just 1 more here. It looks like Noah Hamilton will obviously be starting inside since he got pole there. So smaller field tonight, Bill. I'm thinking a lot of green flag racing just because of the smaller numbers, but it might balance out just because it's Martinsville, but we'll just have to see.
Well, it's Martinsville. Anything can happen. This isn't an easy track to master with these cars. As you come down the straightaway, you kind of want to back off earlier than you would at a normal track, and you kind of got to let the car roll through the corner, and we're about ready to go green, buddy.
Yep, pace car is off, and the 24 car getting ready to go, and he's off. Green flag here at Martinsville. Through corner 1, so far so good. You have a little bit of a stack up there with Stoltz, 43, washing up just a bit, but able to make it through fine. 2x2 all the way down the field here.
Couple of cars going way too deep there. Whoa!
Yep, 1 car in the wall. You saw the 77 and Corey Mott get a little bit high there, and then the 82. Sorry, it looks like the 28 of Ledger also getting up into the wall. Back up to the front, Caleb Sheets currently in the lead. He took the lead from Noah Hamilton. So he is riding first position now. Noah Hamilton on the hunt, and behind them, Zach Johnson.
I heard a rumor that Caleb Sheets put a bunch of time and practice in for this race, and right now it looks like he has. He's starting to pull away just a little bit here, get a couple of car lengths as it comes off the corner there. Really good line by Sheets right now. I like what I'm seeing. Could this be the time he breaks into the winner's circle? The only guy who's got a problem with that is a 24 car right behind him, Noah Hamilton. He's charging up real hard right now. So isn't Johnson and Carlisle. Stoltz rounds out your top 5.
And we have our first caution.
Yo. I was just about to say the 22 car, and I think he might have been involved in that one.
Back of the pack here, 86 Hunter Bogdan. Looks like he might have just got up into the wall and upset the car enough to go around there.
Luckily he didn't collect anybody else, and that could have been a lot worse. So right now, Bogdan will go to the end of the line, and he'll be able to work his way forward. This isn't going to be the first caution, or the last caution we have this stage, I can promise you that.
Yeah, no way. I'm actually wondering, so Caleb actually passed Noah there. I'm trying to see if I can spot where that happened. Looks like coming back here. Wonder if the 24 got a little bit loose. Oh yeah, he just gets a little bit off the track. Yeah. Has to save the car that allows the 26 to slide by. So good awareness by 26.
These cars do not race like any other car at this track.
Mm-hmm.
They don't race like a modified. You race the track completely different in a modified than you do one of these cars, and it's not easy. You have to be disciplined at this track just on how you drive it. These cars have that big diffuser in the back, and well, that helps you get to the corner. You want that diffuser low to the ground. That's how it works. The only way to get it low to the ground, make sure you're not on the brakes during the corner. You just let that car coast right through the corner, and as soon as you get off the brake, you want to be right back on the gas.
Mm-hmm.
I may have practiced this track just a little bit this week.
Oh, really? Were you driving?
Waiting for my debut at Nega.
Oh, okay.
And you may see me come back to the truck series. We'll see what happens. A lot of things happening back here, you know.
Yeah,
well,
I know
excited. We have the Charlotte
on,
trip coming up.
Oh yeah, the Coke 600. That's right. Looks like pace car is off on pit lane here. We're about to restart. Caleb Sheets will be starting P1. You hear him get up to speed. Hold on to the first position. 24 is going to slot in front of him. Or I'm sorry, in front of the 45 there and behind Sheets. Just behind them, Stoltz is on the inside of Carlisle. There you see Carlisle get scooted up the track, and 35 way up the track there. Might have had some help. The way he shot up into the wall, it definitely looks like he probably had some help.
Yeah, if not, he just went way too. It's very easy to drive in too deep here. Once you drive in too deep, you get above that line, you're going for a ride. Right now, that 22 car is trying to work his way forward. He kind of got stuck back there a little bit further in the pack on the start of that thing. He's moved his way up to 5th place. Vasquez not really known for his short track presence as he is for his super speedways, but you never know. We'll see if the kid can surprise us tonight.
Yeah, I know he's always kind of struggled with these shorter tracks, but if he can just keep the car clean, you might be surprised with how you finish. Coming back up here, looks like Zach Johnson is on the inside of Noah Hamilton here, contesting for position 2.
That's exactly what Sheets wants to see. Get those cars side by side. He can pull away a little bit. Yeah, there it is right there. Gave him the chowder right in the corner and sent him up the track. And we have a new car in 2nd place, and he's going to fall back to 4th.
I don't know if any contact was made, or if the 24 at Hamilton just locked it up. But I mean, obviously him just being there, putting the pressure on the 24, kind of got him driving from his mirror a little bit, locking it up over breaking the corner. So sometimes that's all it takes.
Now we're going to see how fast Johnson is, see if he can track down Sheets, who's worked out to almost a 1.5-second lead there. Doesn't look like much, but that's plenty of breathing room for Sheets.
Yeah, definitely enough space to really run his line, not worry about having to defend anywhere. So you can really maximize the space of this track, because it's obviously a very small, tight track. So when you don't have to worry about defending, it really allows you to run efficient, comfortable lines through these corners.
One thing about him being out front right now, too, is he can go any line he wants, and he has a very good rhythm going. He's getting through the corner real nice. He's not pushing the car too much, and he's hitting his marks. And he's driving that car right out to the wall on exit and just rocketing down the straightaway. As you see now, the 22 on the inside of the 24, and he's going to drop him back a couple of positions because he's going to bring Carlisle with him.
Yep, exactly that. The 22 was able to shuffle the 24 up a lane that allowed the 81 to also slide by on the inside. So Noah Hamilton falling back to 6th position after starting 1st place tonight.
Plenty of time for him to work his way back forward. But right now, Sheets is kind of pulling away. He's almost at a 2-second lead here over Johnson. And he'd love to see Stoltz get up there and start harassing Johnson a little bit. And that'll really allow him to walk away. Vasquez working his way up, trying to catch up to these two. He'd like to make it a three-way battle, but he has his hand full right now with Carlisle.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how Carlisle runs here, but obviously Carlisle fast everywhere. Top 3 in standings this season, so just a great driver anywhere we go.
Seems to be doing pretty well right now, sitting there in that 5th spot. You know, it's still very early in the race. I don't know how hard I'd run this car at the beginning of a race. I'd at least wait to the 2nd stage.
Ooh.
We have plenty of time. And there it is right there. You see Stoltz get a little bit wide right there.
Yeah, he just had to check up extra hard, kept it out of the 45 there.
Not what you want to do. Like I said, it's a very easy track to screw up. And that view that you have right there does not do it justice. This is not a very wide track, especially when you're running that line.
Mm.
And he's downshifting 3 gears? Is that what I'm hearing?
They shouldn't be. It should just be 1 gear. Or I don't know if they are shifting actually.
Well, Nick Vasquez is definitely shifting in. I thought I heard him shift twice on the straightaway.
Yeah, we're on board with Nick Vasquez now. You see Carlisle trying to get his nose to where he can line up some sort of pass, so he's leaving himself open there on the inside to Noah Hamilton.
I think Noah Hamilton right now is struggling with handling problems anyways. He might have burnt up his stuff a little bit too early, and we're not even sure if he had contact with somebody yet. So, you know, he's struggling. His car is definitely tight through the center of the corner, and he's having a little bit of trouble getting the power down on the exit. So that is not what you want here. You want to be able to gain. You see one car there going very wide.
Yeah, that's
not
Ledger.
sure who that was.
I think they're going by Ledger. He's a lap down now.
Yeah, like I said, you know, it takes a while to get a fast lap here. It is not a very easy track. It's only a half mile, but it's just so difficult to get through those corners. They're tight corners. And when you're going through there, that does not look like banking. I know right there you see that, yeah, there is banking to the track, but when you're out there racing, there isn't any banking at all. You can see from on top of the car, just, you don't even feel any of that. And he's got a pretty good line there, a little bit loose off, but he can work on that.
Yeah, and Caleb Sheets pulling out to a 2.6 second lead now, halfway through this first stage. See the cars in front of them. The one car they're locking up, Jim Mott locking up and sliding up into Michael Deitch, but able to get the pass done. Not exactly how you want to make a pass, definitely hurting the tires just a bit, but still rolling forward here. So those two cars are working around, looks like the 8 car there of Joe Gibbons. So a couple early stragglers here that these leaders are going to have to navigate around. See Caleb Sheets, our current leader, getting around Jim Mott, now working on Michael Deitch. Oh!
And whoa. Well, what I think that might have been was he just caught Deitch at the worst possible location of the track. I think that's what that was. Certainly wasn't Deitch trying to block him by any means. He's not that type of driver. You know, it just, well, you come down that straightaway, you're hoping to be alongside the guy just a little bit more than that. Now the car, the 8 car, staying way up high so everybody can get underneath.
You see the 22 going underneath Joe Gibbons now. Carlisle able to get a little bit of a wider angle in, carry some speed onto the front stretch here. There's there's definitely a strategy or tactics use around these lap cars to try to pass the guy in front of you. If you can, put the driver in front of you in a kind of an uncomfortable position, trap him behind a lap car potentially. There's a couple different things you can do utilizing the lap cars, so we'll keep an eye out for that.
This is one track where you really appreciate getting a car between you and the guy behind you. Lap cars here are not easy to pass. There is no easy passing here at all. So anything you can get to hold up the guy behind you to give you a little extra time is more than welcome. You see the 24 car really closing the gap on the 22. But Vasquez able to get off the corner so much better than the 24. See how the 24 closes up on the entrance of the corner. That's not where you want to gain. You want to gain coming off the corner. Actually, that time he had a much better off, and he's able to keep up to the 22. This has turned out to be a little bit of a battle right now between Vasquez, Hamilton, and Ballinger is about ready to make it a three-way battle.
Yep, exactly right. Bellinger definitely looking to kind of move forward here. He sees these two fighting, and he's just running his line now, so he can get to the back of these two, potentially see a gap. He might be able to steal one here.
I really don't think he's trying to get by these guys right now. He's just kind of running his line, doing his own thing, and because they're battling, he's able to catch up. I think he kind of likes just the green flag run that he's in right now, just kind of settling down and hoping to make this thing last to the end of the race. And there is only 16 cars, but there's definitely going to be some survival tactics.
Yeah, back up to the front here. Looks like Josh Stoltz is battling hard for position 2, looking underneath Zach Johnson. He's going to be almost side by side with him coming down the backstretch, and Carlisle is also right there behind Stoltz. So Johnson's in some trouble. He's giving up second position to Stoltz now, and they have a lap car of Deitch just in front of them, so they'll have to navigate through there too. See Stoltz and Johnson still side by side.
Tucks up on the inside. Stoltz just wants to stay clean where he is.
Yeah, and I think Johnson's actually, he's kind of trapped behind the lap car of Deitch, so when the leaders are too wide behind a lap car, I mean, there's always going to be one loser there, and it looks like Johnson's going to lose 2 spots now, one to Carlisle, one to Stoltz.
Yeah, and you know what? He did the right thing right there. Just let him get by instead of trying to battle with it. That's where trouble happens. It's still early. He's going to just fall back in line and keep going. You're starting to see, well, not starting to see, we've seen it the whole race. Everybody's brakes are lighting up. Ledger takes the high line around just to let everybody go through. Good sportsmanship by Jonathan.
Yeah, definitely a lot of brakes glowing here. Now, are you adjusting your brake bias as the run goes on, or are you kind of like to keep it the same?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't have that much experience in these cars at this track. I know when I run my modified here, I try to run the brake bias as close to the rear as I can without making it horrible to drive. And you just try to save those brakes. That's all you can do. When you run a modified, if you go online and you look up, modified racing or whatever, the NASCAR modified series when they're at Martinsville, or you really see it at New Smyrna Speedway, when modifieds go in the corner, they're heating those brakes up so much, and there's no fenders, you can actually see sparks coming off the brakes, and it freaks everybody out at first. But that's just modified racing. You're seeing the same thing here, but the heat bothers these cars a lot more. Modified, there's no fenders. The brakes can cool down pretty quick. Here, it's not like that. They have air ducts and everything else. Totally different type of race car. So managing your brakes here is also managing your tires. Big wreck
there. Looks like Noah just moved up the track a little bit too early, getting across the nose of the 57, slamming into the wall. There's probably heavy damage to the front right side of that 24 car.
Yeah, and he seems to be doing all right. I'll tell you what, he caught a break The yellow flag came out, and he was able to keep going, but he did smack that wall hard. Looks like he just came up the track,
Mm,
and actually, it looks like I
57
don't know, the
was a little
57
bit
kind of
slow
came
to.
down a little bit.
Yeah, and I don't know if he came down or he just was a little bit slow to get up the track. Kind of stayed middle lane on exit, and I think the 24 was expecting him to be a little bit higher than he was. But
Maybe he broke loose. Uh,
yeah, so 24 taking some heavy damage. Let's go on board real quick to see if he has. So nothing's dragging. Sounds like so.
he,
Hopefully he should be able
he
to.
seems to be okay. Be able to survive. Now, here's the thing about Martinsville. You don't see drafting here. So you can lose a hood, a fender or two. I think it would look more like a modified, which is what I like. And you're still going to be able to run pretty good laps here.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, unless you have some crazy wheel damage that's really messing up your ability to hit your marks and apexes. It's you can pretty much take as much body damage as you want.
Now, I'll tell you what. Let's go on board. Let's pull up Corey Mott.
Sure. Let's see here. That's not Corey Mott. I just realized that this is only they're only doing 200-mile race today, or 200 lap race. I thought they were doing 250.
Well, it's listed as 250. But are they only doing the 200? I say do the 250. It's Martinsville. 50 laps here. It takes about, what, 10 minutes?
Oh, I was looking at last week's. I was looking at last week's announcement. Where did they post the?
Getting ready to go green right now inside with Gibbons. Now you get to see what this track is like. Now look at the mess in front of this guy. And he's in the back of the pack, but look at the amount of cars in front of him, and he's having a tough time getting off the corner. And what he's doing is he's driving his car in way too deep. This is where you want to slow down, right there. That last black box, that last advertisement, that's where you want to get off the gas. That's where you start braking about 50%.
Mott into the wall hard.
Corey Mott goes down. Oh, wow. Well, honk my hooter. I was just talking about him, trying to get him up in the booth, and look what happens. The curse of the announcer. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we were just right on board. I accidentally clicked on the Gibbons there. I know you asked for Mott. So when I switched to Mott, we were on board for just a bit, and then, yeah.
Wow, and he has a lot more damage to the front of that thing.
That was a square hit to the front end of that race car on the inside wall. See if you got any help.
What happens?
No, you just.
No, yeah, and you know what? That happens here. Why? Because you're downshifting in the corner. You really want to run this track in fourth gear and third gear. You're downshifting in third gear, comes to the corner, shifting in the fourth gear as you go down the straightaway. We just had a yellow flag. Everybody's tires are not up to temperatures yet. You come off that corner, get on that throttle in third gear, higher RPMs because it's a lower gear, and you're going to light up those tires, and that's what we just saw right there. Still plenty of time. Hopefully he doesn't have that much damage, can get back out there. We saw him do this, 2 races ago? He had heavily damaged his car at the beginning of the race and just kind of rode around happy-go-lucky, and then the end of the race we were talking about him and he almost won the thing. So it's not over yet for that 77 car, but I can guarantee Julia has a nice, comfortable noiseless headphones on right now, so she doesn't have to listen to Corey. I love you, Corey. He knows it. I'm actually excited. I can't wait for the thousands of people who are listening at home right now. We will be going to Charlotte, to the Charlotte 600. We're all going to have a little meetup. We're all going to meet each other. So I'm driving down from Massachusetts. So it's going to be a good time. And I haven't decided yet, but Saturday night, I know the Xfinity race is during the day. Not sure what time the Xfinity race will end. But I may go to either Tri-County or Hickory, depending on what they're having for races.
Yeah,
So I'm looking forward. My first trip down south for the summer.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't make that. I'll be out of town at the beach, so won't be able to make it this year. But hopefully in the future, we can do another one.
Yeah, and look who's out front right now. Carlisle gets to jump on Sheets, and I think he's gonna get Sheets down the back straightaway. But Sheets is really strong, but behind him is Stoltz, and Stoltz is trying to stay close. He's trying to push both of them past
trouble
Sheets.
In the back.
Oh, in the back. Big wreck in the back. Big wreck. Oh car. No, the 22 car, the 86 car. Oh man, we just had the big collected. That was 9 cars out of 16. So, wow.
Yeah, see keep what an happened eye on the here. 35 there. It looks like he was the initial car to turn or spin down the track. Oof.
Oh, he got loose, and Vasquez had nowhere to go and touched him, and that's what started the whole thing right there. He got loose in front of Vasquez, and Vasquez just had, even if Vasquez reacted as soon as he got loose, he wouldn't have stopped in time to hit him. So it just pure unavoidable. Hopefully he doesn't have that much damage. We'll find out. Right now, the race is going to be to become the first person to lap down to get that lucky dog, so you can get back on the lead lap and try to win this thing.
Yeah, and
seeing everybody coming in right now. Yeah,
a lot of cars coming in to get some damage fix. Yeah, I can see the 22 of Vasquez.
And
got caught up.
We just had the end of the stage. We didn't even realize it. That's how fast laps are going. We've already had 2 laps of stage 2.
Yep.
That green flag we just had started the stage. So it was Sheets who won the last stage. Getting some bonus points for the championship. And you know what? This is how important it is for stage points. Now, just saying Sheets keeps running the way he is, and he gets locked in tonight into the championship. Now he's got bonus points for winning this stage already. So, that's how it works. I don't want any bad jujus to go out there. So that's why I tried to be ginger about the way I said that. But, you just don't know. There's a few guys, everybody in that top 5, who's won a race.
Yeah, and I think the only guy that's won 2 races is Corey Mott, so he definitely has a tall mountain to climb after hitting that inside wall. But
yeah, well, he's up to 8th spot already, so
yep, with the smaller field, definitely doable if the car is still drivable and still has some speed. So
yeah, even if your car can't win, you're still going to be fast enough to be in 2nd or 3rd. Points are huge, and we're getting ready to go green one more time for lap 4, stage 2. 60 laps to complete the stage as they're getting ready to come out of turn 4. We'll see how they do here. No, Sheets wait until the last minute and then faked Ballinger out of his jockstrap right there. And he's going to go into turn 1 all by himself, while Ballinger gets passed by Stoltz on the inside. Stoltz is going to take over 2nd spot.
Yeah, Stoltz able to slide in on the inside there. Bellinger doing his best to fight off Tyler Krozak, who's trying to make the outside work. It's going to be rolling a little bit of a lane up on Bellinger, though he's not going to get the run off the backstretch.
Kreisjak's been very impressive every race so far this season, and he just gets faster and faster as we go. I mentioned last week a lot of maturity out of that driver the past year, and right now he's in the battle with Ballinger. Sheets, Stoltz, Ballinger, Krosik, and Carlisle are your top 5. Johnson, Vasquez, Mott, Hunt, and Bogdan is your top 10. Further back, you got Carter, Hamilton, Mott, Deitch, Gibbons, and Ledger. Now, Hamilton and Mott are battling for the person to be the lap down. They're looking for the lucky dog. Now, Hamilton has had his share of problems. Now, if we have another caution, he's back on the lead lap. He's been fast, and he keeps fixing his car. So he's not out of this thing yet, although he just got a little chowder.
Little shot from 35 there.
Little shot right there. Yeah, it sent him up the track, and they're going to get by him. So Hamilton's having a tough time out there tonight. No respect from anybody.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen is Hamilton's going to get a little hot under the collar right there, and he's going to remember that for later
48.
on. Oh, no, the 48.
Don't
Tyler,
turn right.
Hold on to it, Tyler. Nice job. Wow.
I was really hoping he doesn't turn right, because if you turn right at all in these things, it's game over normally.
Game over. What a great job saving that car, and he only lost one position. So great job. Actually, no. Yeah, no, he only lost one position. Yep. So great save for him. And he didn't have that hard of contact on the inside wall, and that is safer barrier. So he should be all right. If not, he's going to be able to fix it real quick. The next caution we have, and I promise you, we're going to have another caution before the end of this stage. And he's looking all right. I mean,
yeah, and I think he
actually little hot into the corner there.
He lost 2 spots, one to Nick, one to Mott. So that's okay. Still top 10. And the car looks clean, so he should be able to work his way back up if he can get into a good rhythm.
Yeah, he's definitely slower than the cars behind him. That can be dangerous. We've already seen that Pepsi machine give him a little smack in the back already. So hopefully it doesn't happen again, and the frustration doesn't get to people. It is Martinsville. You talk about road rage, man. I've done a race at Martinsville, and 10 minutes later, I get into a fist fight with the loaf of bread at the Stop and Shop up the street. This place will get you so frustrated, it will stay with you all night. Even on iRacing, it's so very frustrating. So, the 81 car there of Carlisle trying to make that high line work. Now,
yeah, he's working hard on Bellinger here.
Yeah, and you don't see the high line work here very often. So if he can get that to work, that'll be amazing, because we know Carlisle loves the high line. I mean, we saw him go high just about the last 2 or 3 races. Homestead, he ran that high line, and there was some where was it before that where he made that high line work, and he just kept working on it, and he just got it to come in. So, I think it was Vegas. So nobody had the guts to ride that high line like he did, but he made it work. So we know he can make it work.
You can make that lane work here if not the high lane, but like a lane above the inside there. If you can kind of trap the car down, not allow them to drive off, exit, but definitely he needs to be a little bit quicker. And at least get his nose to the quarter of the 88 to keep him down.
His car looks like is working pretty well. Looks like he's able to run high and low right there coming through that corner. So I think his car is definitely faster than the car in front of him. He just can't get by him.
There we go on board real quick with Carlisle. You see, I believe that's Ledger up there, a lap car, who they'll have to navigate here in just a second. 43 smoking up his tires just a bit, staying under Ledger able to clear him. But Bellinger about to the bumper now of the lap car. So they're able to work through just fine.
I'm trying to look something up right now and can't seem to find it. Huh. All right. I was looking for some fact checking here. I just wanted to see what the times were for the real Cup drivers on this track, and seem to find it right now. I don't know if it's Wi-Fi where I am, but it doesn't really matter. Nobody really cares right now. You see Carlisle dive to the inside of Bellinger, and I think he's going to get him coming off this corner.
Yeah, I think Bellinger's car just wasn't very happy exiting 2 there. That allowed Bellinger to set up a pass on the inside. So Bellinger is falling back. It's like Carlisle up the 3rd spot. And hopefully he can drive up to the back of Stoltz here. It looks like Stoltz is working on 57 with Deitch. He's going to run a little bit of a strange line through there, though able to make it work. And Sheets up to 2.6 second lead now. So stretching his lead, dealing with the lap cars, just doing a good job of staying in rhythm.
Yes, and not only that, Carlisle is running some pretty good laps right now, and I think he will catch Stoltz. Problem is passing him is going to be more difficult. Now, Bellinger was very, very patient.
Oh, caution's
getting
out.
Getting around.
Caution is again
out. Lap 87, and
looks like 86 car might have had a couple of issues here. You see him coming through. Oh no, it looks like he might have had some sort of disconnect.
Something, it seemed as yeah, I think that's mighty. He disappeared, and that sent him on the inside. That's a tough break.
I mean, it's very fortunate no one got caught up in that. He was able to pull down to the inside, but bringing out the caution here. So 26 car like probably hates to see that, just because it kind of brings back all the drivers behind him. Anything can happen on restarts, so definitely not something the 26 wants to see.
And he was out to lunch on that one. He was gone. See you later. But unfortunately, we had the mishap. Car went inside, lost connection. It's not like he was leading the race and the broadcast booth went to bring him up in and got disconnected.
Yeah.
I'll never let you forget that.
That was crazy.
Well, I was thinking, if anybody from iRacing is listening, you know what we really need on iRacing? Hear me out. We have late model stocks. We have the Cars Tours, correct?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. We also have super late models, which are extremely difficult to drive for novice drivers. I think iRacing should come out with the American Canadian Tour, the ACT car. They should come out with that tour on iRacing. You have a smaller engine than you have in the super late model. It's also a smaller engine than what you have in a late model stock. It's similar to a late model stock, but the back of the car is where the biggest changes we have on the ACT cars. You have the rear end set up the same as you do on a pro late model, even though the rest of the car is more like a late model stock. And we're about ready to go green one more time, coming off the corner. Ken Sheets get the jump. He's going to get it again over Carlisle, and he's going to be able to sail away again, because those cars are side by side from second, third, all the way back. Carlisle is He's loving it.
Yeah, Sheets able to pull out, and Stoltz now moving again on the inside there. Johnson also trying to get a pass down on the 81. 81 is going to push hard on the outside here, lock up the tires just a bit, but able to keep it rolling side by side with Stoltz coming through 3 and 4. Now Stoltz locking it up,
Whoa.
floating up a tiny bit into the 81 there, able to keep it off him. It's going to cost him some momentum down the front stretch here.
And this is allowing Sheets just to spread out that lead almost up to a second already while these guys are running side by side. And he's just absolutely loving seeing those cars battle like this. And by the end of this lap, he's going to probably be close to close to a 0.7 seconds. So he's stretching it out even more. Finally, Carlisle gets past Stoltz. And that's going to be bad news for Sheets because he was hoping to get a little bit further away. And I still think Sheets is faster, but Carlisle's going to come quick. You said it earlier, Carlisle's fast everywhere he goes. So not surprising that the 81 is back towards the front of this thing.
Yeah, that time by Carlisle actually ran a faster lap than Sheets there. So we've seen Carlisle start to work his way up from mid-pack, but he's second position now, and the caution is back out again.
Caution again.
Looks like Joe Gibbons might have been the cause of that. We'll take a look. You see 57 of Michael Deitch and 8 of Joe Gibbons here. Just kind of sails it in the corner.
He missed his mark. He didn't slam. Now, if you go back that up a second. Now watch where he starts braking. You just can't see the black mark. Right. See, yeah, he drove that thing in way too deep. Woo!
Yeah, and like other tracks where you have some banking, like if you're late on the brake, that banking can keep you from spinning out. Obviously, be very tight, wash up the track, but here that rear end just wants to go around on you.
Now, you have more experience than I do at iRacing. Out of all the tracks that we race on, short tracks, super speedways, it seems as if you miss your marks here at Martinsville, and it will screw you up more than any other track.
Yeah, I mean, it's just because everything is shorter, there's a lot less distance between start corner, mid corner. Like if you miss your mark by just a tiny bit, and you try to make up for that with heavier braking, you're locking up your tires, sliding into the guy in front of you. So definitely a lot of consequences here if you're out of rhythm and not braking properly. Definitely, like there's something to be said about really backing up your corner, braking lighter, but for a little bit longer. Though if you're defending hard from the guy behind you, sometimes that's not available to you. So definitely advantageous to be in the lead like the 26 car here, because you can back up the corner pretty far. I know Richmond's another track like that.
Yep.
So some different techniques you can enlist here for braking, but yeah, missing the braking point, driving in too deep, you're just gonna have a tough night. So
Yep. Now, getting back to what I was talking about earlier, even though we're getting ready to go green one more time, I'll wait till we get going, and then I'll bring up the ACT Tour one more time. This is why I think it would be a great division. It would be a great division, beginner class, Mm-hmm. So get ready to go green one more time. Bring us to the green flag, bud.
Yeah, pace cars in. Sheets on the inside. He has Carlisle, the 81 car behind him, who was running some pretty competitive laps. Right before you see Carlisle get into the back of the 26 with Stoltz pushing behind him. And Bellinger is going to be on the outside of Carlisle here. Johnson's going to slide in front of Carlisle and behind Sheets. So through all of that restart there, looks like the 81 is going to lose a spot after starting to reel in Sheets there. Now the 88 looks like he got a little bit loose out of the corner, contesting with the 43 hard. 43 is hard on his outside door here.
8 tires are better than 4.
Yep. Yeah, and see the 43 also pinched down the 88 coming into turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, he's trying to pinch him down, but the the 88's just being stubborn.
Yep.
You know, and I'll give these guys credit. If they touched, we hardly saw it. You know, they're
Yeah.
just running really hard with the 88
Oh,
trying to
Stoltz now
give him
on
a
the
little block
inside
now.
with the deep lunge there.
Yeah,
He's going to take
now,
the spot.
yeah, and you know what? I can tell you right now, it's a good thing that this is on the computer because we can't see these guys waving number one at each other. Because I think they get a little hot under the collar right there. Not enough to wreck each other, not yet, but they'll
Yep.
remember that. It's too early. It's too early, but they'll remember that. We're not even halfway through. We just broke 104 laps right now.
Yeah, you saw Stoltz.
Now,
He wasn't really happy with how the outside was going there, so he just backed off and took that deep lunge on the inside there. You see back in the back there, the four
big wreck.
car gets a car into his right rear, turning him into the outside wall. Don't know who exactly that was, but
I think it was the Pepsi machine that got into him, and the Pepsi machine ended up hitting the wall pretty hard as well. I believe it was the Pepsi machine.
yeah,
Let's see
35
who
of
it was
Noah
right there, the
Hunt.
35.
See the 48 Krozak a little bit slow on the outside lane there. So, no, actually, the four car just
Oh
lost it on his
no!
own.
Lost it on his own, and the Pepsi car had absolutely nowhere to go.
Yeah, so excuse me, I didn't mean to call someone out there without but yeah, it looks like Caleb Carter
No,
just out of the corner there.
now, when you saw it from the angle that we were looking at, all we saw was that.
Yep. Oof,
It looked
and
like the
Noah also,
35 had gotten into the back of him, but that the problem was further on. So, our apologies to the 35, Mr. Hunt.
yeah, and he looked like he took a hit himself there after deflecting off the four
Yeah,
car.
but again, it's Martinsville, and he really wasn't going that fast
Mhm.
when he hit. Now that's all safer barrier on the outside, so they're not really going very fast at that point by the time he got done spinning. So it was just a light hit on that safer barrier. So I think he's going to be all right. But getting back to the ACT Tour, beginner class could have a D class. It would be like a late model stock almost, with less horsepower and smaller tires. And if you're ever interested in seeing these cars run, an incredible show, look up American Canadian Tour Star Speedway, Epping, New Hampshire. They just had the race. It was a big 150 up there. Great race, entertaining. Watch these guys race on short track, and believe me, you're going to want to see them on iRacing. It would be a great, great series to have on iRacing.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm a little guilty of when I think of like Canada, I don't really think of racing all too much. Do they have like a lot of tracks in
Nope.
the southern parts of Canada? Or?
Yeah. I mean, this is the Northeast. I mean, they have a bunch of tracks up in Canada that they go in Montreal and Nova Scotia. Some great, great tracks, fast tracks. So getting ready to come green. Sheets and Carlisle, and Sheets this time gets another great jump.
Yeah, you
he's
saw him
going to
moving
watch
up a
everybody
lane
else.
to set up his corner. He had all the space to work with there.
Yeah, he's getting great jumps on the restarts and
couple lockups. 77 of Mott locking up as well as Stoltz.
Man. You and I saw the same thing. I thought that was going to be another big one.
Yeah.
And I still don't think they're done trying to wreck each other yet. You got one car doing the Stenhouse route. Not sure who that is. He was way up high into the fence.
And Stoltz with a little bit of a lockup again. Still able to get the rotation, but just a sure sign of him not feeling super comfortable in that thing quite yet. Definitely trying to push it hard to get some more pace out of that thing. But I mean, this track, like many other short tracks, the harder you push, the slower you end up going, in my opinion.
It is. You got to go slower to go faster.
Oh,
It doesn't make sense.
Oh, she's locking up, sliding up the track. That's going to allow Johnson to reel him just a bit, though he's still able to hold on to about a half a second of a lead. but Sheets'
Yeah, but
car
now,
not cooperating with him after that little lock up there might have heated up the tires just a tiny bit.
oh, it's going to take him a
Ooh,
couple of laps to get back in, but now he's having some serious handling problems. That car is very tight through the corner, and he just can't get it to rotate. Now, see if he does a much better job that time, but he's got that car right behind him. So, when was the last time Sheets pitted?
last
Oh,
time
he's
Sheets
not.
pitted was 49.
Yeah,
So,
so he's got older tires, but Johnson's giving him the chowder on the back of that thing, trying to get him all upset. Trying to
yep.
get the guy upset, get him a little ticked off, and get the driver underneath the helmet of the 26 car a little bit hot. And you know what? He shouldn't be mad because he's out front. But if he gets mad, that benefits the 45 car. So he's trying to rub some bumper stickers off the back of that thing, but Sheets is just moving away. He's trying to.
Yeah, about 4 laps left in the second stage here. So she's trying to hold on to get the back-to-back stage wins here. 45 car pushing hard to try to get a stage win out of this thing. See Sheets float up the
Oh,
track a little bit again. 45 has to keep it out of him.
hold on, bud. Hold on. I really want to see the Rizmeister
Oh,
get a win here.
45 clips
Come
him a
on,
tiny
Sheets.
bit.
Come on.
Caution's out. We have another caution out.
There's the
Caleb
stage.
Carter. Yep, I think that's going to be the stage, but caution came out because it looks like the 4 car here might have had some issues. Yeah, just driving.
No,
Uh,
no,
oh,
that's twice. Caleb Sheets has benefited from the caution at the end of a stage. Um, so he just held on. He was about ready to lose the lead right there, and the
yeah.
caution came out. And hopefully, he doesn't use up all of his luck. I would love to see the 26 car pull this thing out. So we're almost halfway through the race. Only time will tell. But right now, Tyler Kryschek. I always butcher that poor kid's name.
Krawzak. I think he told me it's just Craw and then
Krozak.
Zach. Yeah.
Krozak. I gotta remember that. A poor kid. I butcher it every time.
It's okay.
Dude. Oh man, I'm getting old. But anyways, he's out front right now, and I believe he pitted the last caution we had.
Yep, lap 105 is his last pit. So third
Yep.
stage here
So
is going
he's out
to
front.
be about 130 laps of racing. Maybe like 1 or 2 less laps than that after we get back to the green, but definitely will have to get. I think they can make it on fuel. It's just I don't know if they'll want to stop about halfway to get fresh tires, but we'll have to see how that pans
Yeah,
out.
I am doing everything I can to save a set of tires for that last 50 laps. I think if you get laps, with 75 laps to go, between 75 and 50 laps, if you've got a set of tires, you're praying for a caution right around there. Come in, get a new set with 50 to go, you're going to be in pretty good shape, unless everybody else follows the same strategy. And they're gonna do everything they can to save a set of tires for the end of this race. And how many did we figure out? How many that they get?
How many sets for
Is it
this one?
7?
No,
Yeah,
I'm not.
6 sets, I think. Is it 6?
Let's see.
6 plus 1, I think. Oh, these guys in the front.
So
It
it says
looks like the 45.
max tire change is 4, so 4 sets.
Ooh, wow. Okay, yeah, that's going to be kind of tough. But you know what? You really don't burn off your tires that much here. I mean, it really is only a half-mile track, so that's one good thing. But it seems like the
Yep.
45 car at Johnson was trying to crowd the 48 down a little bit, and the 48 wasn't having it. But now they got that straightened out. So let's see what the 48 can do. This is what I've been waiting to see from him. See how he reacts to this being out front.
Yeah, and Sheets
On a
is going to be
restart.
put. I was going to say Sheets is going to be put to the test here because he's been out front by himself this whole race. Now he's starting on that inside row, second lane or second row. So, uh, yeah, we'll see how he reacts to this. Pace car is off. The 48 Tyler Krozak in control of this field on the restart. Sheets laying back just a bit. See the 48 get a great jump there, about a car length and a half out from the field.
Wow. And Sheets got a great launch right there too.
Yep, he's able to
He's
launch.
going to challenge the second spot.
Launch and get next to 45 of Zach Johnson. Zach Johnson's going to try to hold on to the second spot, but he's going to fade a tiny bit on that outside lane. Tires are still pretty cold there, so not having the drive off that he needs to make that outside lane work. Sheets is going to slide up in the P2.
Well, hello, Caleb Sheets.
Yeah, now you have Carlisle working hard on the inside of 45 of Johnson as well. So Johnson kind of caught out on that outside lane. Might lose a couple spots. Sheets locking it up on the inside of the 48.
Wow.
48 trying his best here to hold on to the first position. Sheets is just going to roll that bottom and inch out a little bit more here on the front stretch, and it looks like he's able to complete the pass and clear the 48. So he's back to the front, and now Carlisle. Sorry, go ahead.
The 48 did the right thing. The 48 knew he was faster and wanted to let him by, but he wasn't going to do it unless he knew he wasn't going to lose another position.
Right.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do, and gave himself plenty of time to settle in. And now the 81 of Carlisle is challenging him. Carlisle has new tires. Crosscheck does not. But Caleb Sheets in the 26 car is starting to check out once again. And I'll be honest with you, I can't remember the last time I saw anybody dominate Martinsville like we've seen tonight.
Yeah, he definitely was a little bit of a challenge starting there in the second row, but he got the great start and is already back to P1 driving away.
Yeah, and I mean, I've never heard of a specialist here at Martinsville. I've never heard of anybody liking Martinsville before, but I think he is underneath the helmet of the 26 car. He's smiling like hell. 81 car starting to challenge Kreisjack.
It
gives him the chowder and spins him out.
There, it spins him out. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Krozak was exiting the corner, and Carlisle got back to the power just into the left rear of the 48. We'll take a look at that again. You see the 48 start to get reeled in by the 81 on the backstretch. 81 looking on the inside here isn't exactly there. And I think the 48 already was a little bit loose through the corner.
I think the 81 was trying to get a good jump off the corner, and he got to the gas before the 48 car, and he spun him out. I don't think that was intentional. That was I am so sorry, bro. Yeah, he definitely helped him out there. But I mean, Tyler was loose to begin with, but you know, he just got back to the throttle before Tyler did, and I don't think that was intentional. The good thing for Tyler is if he wants to come in and get a new set of tires, if he has one or he can spare it, he can, because there's not many cars on the lead lap, and he's going to be able to get right back up there.
Yeah, and Carlisle's
actually
he's not that type of driver. So you watch this, there's really nothing there. It's just he's furthest to the inside. He's feathering that throttle. It's just, I think Tyler was just a little bit upset through corner there and just didn't have the stability to exit the corner with the power down. Yeah, in betweener. Yep.
We haven't checked in the chat at all tonight.
Yeah, a little quiet there.
I don't know if there's anybody.
We have Nick Vasquez fans obviously are out tonight. Taft talking some shit and chiming in where he can.
Nobody would do that.
Taft, I said you could join the booth if you want. I missed your message originally, but
I will be running Talladega. Excuse me. I also could be running an old paint scheme from an old friend in the truck series coming up. So
On
I
Sunday
might go back
nights.
to the truck series. We'll see. Sunday nights. So we'll
Yeah.
see what happens. Coming out of the corner here, side by side. Oh, Sheets gets a jump.
That was
a
very interesting restart there. Kind of checked up the field, stacked them all up, and then shot off like a cannon. So
well,
already
Corey
almost
Mott.
a second of space now between Sheets and the rest of the field.
Now, Corey Mott tried getting a jump, and
Yeah.
he jumped it a little bit too early. And Sheets just saw it happening, and he just held his speed. And when everybody saw Corey Mott going, they started going. Sheets controls the field, so there shouldn't be, in my opinion, there should not be. We have the caution, but I don't believe there should be a caution for a penalty for Sheets for that, because the 4-car and the 48, they're not happy with each other right there. I don't think. Oh, and Vasquez becomes the victim of somebody else's problem.
Yeah, it looks like he just got a little bit concerned at what was happening in front of him and spun it around.
He has had a rough night tonight. That's what, the fourth time I think we've seen him go around. He's been involved in a few other incidences earlier.
And I did want to just take a look at that restart again.
See, watch it. Sheets starts taking off. Let's see how Corey Mott kind of jumped the gun there, but I'm not sure if Sheets started taking off just a little bit before the restart zone. And he slowed down for the restart zone, and the 77 tried to jump it and didn't time it right. So we'll see what race control has to say, but even though it would still be just a warning his first time, so I don't know. My opinion, don't think it was his fault. So
yeah, definitely some mind games there. Try to get any sort of advantage you can get on the restart. But
yep. I know. I don't see a problem with what he did. He was in the restart zone and he did not go. And I think Mott just tried to time it, which we all do.
Mm-hmm.
He just mistimed it. We all do exactly what Corey Mott just did. It's just Corey got a little bit too anxious on that one. But can't blame him. I've been penalized for that before, where I jump or restart. Everybody does it. Everybody does it. He just got caught. He's probably yelling, "Shut up, Bill." You can yell at me in a couple of weeks when we're face to face.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Get ready to come off the corner one more time. There goes Sheets. A little cleaner start for everybody that time. Oh, Corey Mott gives a shot to the back of the 81. Man, he gave him the chowder pretty hard right there. What was up with that?
Yeah, I think Corey just was expecting him to drive it in a little bit deeper, though Corey's already, he's overdriving 3 and 4 here, so he's
I think he might be a little upset.
Reel it in a bit. The front of his car is completely caved in. I don't know if that just happened, but back up to the front. We did see Carlisle start to reel in Sheets when we had the caution come out in that first stage. So Carlisle definitely showing a lot of speed, and him being directly behind Sheets is exactly where he wants to be.
Carlisle was really hoping to see those guys get side by side again on that restart so he could sail away. We've seen him do that a couple of times tonight. But even still, I think he has a very good handling car. So I think right now he's as happy as a hound dog getting a belly rub. He's just cruising around enjoying it. But right now his mirror is starting to get full of Carlisle right there in the 81 car. Now let me ask you something. You've had the fastest car all night. All of a sudden you got one guy coming up behind you.
Mm-hmm.
If he's faster than you gonna let him go so you don't get caught by the rest of the field and just wait? Or I mean, what are you gonna do? Because you know that it's just gonna be a waiting game. Who burns up whose stuff first? So
Yeah, I mean, taking a look at these lap times here, it looks like Sheets is actually running slower than Carlisle and Stoltz. So yeah, he's had the fastest car uh, as of yet, but I mean, 81 and Stoltz might have put some changes in, and also too, I mean, you already see it. If you get out of rhythm a tiny bit, that gap opens up again. You see
that's
Carlisle
exactly
sliding
what
back
just
up,
happened.
yeah, half a second already. So
Yeah.
sometimes you just have to weather the storm for a couple laps, and the guy behind you just he gets out of a groove and caution's out again actually now. So really the way to pass somebody is you want to get into a good rhythm and really figure out how you're going to set up your pass. Sometimes it takes like 10 laps to really understand what the guy in front of you is doing, how he's defending. So with these cautions coming out, it can be tough to get that pass done if you don't get it done or initially off the restart.
Well, I heard a rumor that I said it in the beginning of the race that Sheets had been putting a lot of lap time at this track, working on his rhythm and everything. I said that just at the beginning of this race, and he may be wondering how I know that, but
Ooh,
it's kind of showing.
oh,
So I guess those rumors are true.
yeah, it looks like
That was a little bit more
Bellinger
than I thought. Oh,
Bellinger got loose. Car shot up the track. You might have never want to turn right in these things, even if you're
oh,
trying to save a slide.
oh, oh man, he just had nowhere to go. And then I think that's the end of his frustrating night. He was running so good at the beginning of this race, and he got the boot a little bit and kind of damaged his car, and he's never been the same since. And tough to see that happen to him after he
Got
was
the
so
pole.
fast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was on the pole. Yeah.
you will see Noah Hamilton again on the pole. You're gonna see him in victory lane at some point too. So, although maybe he took the tow, it still has him as in the pit. So,
Yep, and that, I mean, everyone knows that just goes to show you can qualify and you can run the fastest lap, have the fastest car, but when you have a full field out here, things just happen. So
it does. Now, there's been so many times where you go into iRacing practice, and I've had the fastest lap in practice.
mm-hmm.
Means nothing. Practice is practice. How many people go out there full bore during practice?
Right.
Not many. It's practice for a reason. So it doesn't matter. It's qualifying. Well, qualifying matters because it gets fresh air in the front of your car. But at a short track like this, with as many cautions as we've seen tonight, we've seen cars from the back move their way up a few times. So one of them is that 77 car. He's got some damage on the front of his car still. So hopefully he has a little bit better restart than what we've seen lately. He's been getting roughed up.
Yeah, he kind of was overdriving the car a bit on that last restart. So see if he can get it dialed back in. He'll be starting third position on the inside row. C26 get a good leap on the restart there. And about a car length in front of the two cars side by side, Carlisle and Stoltz. Looks like Carlisle is going to slide into second spot. Stoltz is going to take third in front of Krausak and Corey Mott.
Corey Mott's battling with Krausak on the inside. Pretty good battle right here.
Yep, still side by side here. Cars about even coming down the front stretch. And that time, 48 gets a good lunge into the corner. The 77 is going to have the advantage coming down the backstretch. I think 48 just drove in a little bit heavy and had to really slow up to make the corner. Now he's battling with the 88.
Corey, even with all that damage, still moving forward.
See the 88 slide
like
through, and now
Stoltz
the
got a
45
horrible
is
exit. Oh,
looking underneath Tyler here. And now you have the 22 car, Vasquez looking under, so Tyler Krauszak kind of caught out on the outside lane, and a line of cars able to work their way through.
he's getting freight trained right there. Not what you want here at Martinsville. And with as difficult it is to hit your marks and make it to the corner, there is no outside line here. So if you do get cut on the outside line and you got a bunch of cars down low, you're all done. You're going to lose a bunch of spots, just like we saw. So it is official now. The 24 car has exited the race. Tough night for him after winning the pole. Just got beat up after that. I don't know what happened, but he got sent a few times away, and I think that last time was just enough for him. So he unfortunately is retired, which puts Gibbons in the 8 car. He's 3 laps down. Jonathan Ledger praying for a caution flag so we can get the lucky dog and he can get back on the lead lap.
Yep, coming to the line.
But
lap
unfortunately
160.
for Jonathan Ledger,
sorry, go ahead.
unfortunately for Ledger, we've had a pretty good green flag run, and the cars are kind of spread out. So I think that he's going to be, you know what, out of luck until somebody catches the guy in front of him. But right now, it's all Sheets. He's trying to run away from Carlisle, but Carlisle's
caution.
got that lead. Oh, another caution.
So Ledger able to get his lap back. Looks like the 48 might have spun it here. Oh. So it looks like he got into the back of Vasquez there and went up onto the apron, upsetting the car, spinning around. So caution comes out on lap 162. Ledger will get his lap back, be back on the lead lap. You might see
he's happy.
Might see some guys come down pit lane. No.
I'll tell you what, I wonder if something happened between the 22 and the 48, because I'm not sure, but I think the 48 might have been trying to give the boot to the 22.
Oh, you think
I could be wrong. I normally am, but I don't know. I think he might have been trying to get to him. I hope he proves me wrong.
I don't know. I mean, he was kind of driving normal corner. It looks like the 22 had a little bit of a hiccup.
Yeah, no. Man,
exit.
I'm trying to get a beef going. There's no good. We need a good beef. We need a good beef. The 48 wrecked at 22 and called him a biatch. How about that? Let's get let's get that rumor going. I'm just kidding, Tyler. But again, less than 90 laps now, and Sheets has been the dominant car.
Yeah, and he did have that test there on that restart where he did not start in first spot, so successfully got back to first position here. But Carlisle, I mean, before that caution came out, it looked like Carlisle was doing a good job keeping up with him. But I mean, as we mentioned before, keeping up with someone is one thing, but actually passing them for the lead, that's where it's really tough. And Carlisle's sitting pretty in the standings, so he might not be pushing the issue too hard.
No, but the thing about it is this: Carlisle was probably saving a little bit. So wasn't Sheets. I don't think Sheets is laying it all out on the line, because we've seen a couple of times a car will get close and he gets some clean air and he pulls away from him. So We'll see what happens. We have less than 100 laps to find out. However, it is our 12th caution of the flag, so we should have done an over-under.
Oh yeah, we should have done one. Maybe we can kick those back up next race. And the next race will be
Now,
tomorrow night. Actually, tomorrow night will be at, where are we tomorrow night? Darlington.
Darlington is not a fun track.
It's a driver's track.
It is for Nick Vasquez, because Nick Vasquez dominated that first race last year. He went out there and just showed everybody how it was done. So we'll see if he can get back to his winning ways again. So getting ready to come off turn 4.
I will say it's tough to go from Martinsville one night to Darlington the next night. So it'll be interesting to see how they prepare for that. Caleb Sheets, great launch again on the inside. He's going to take first position on this restart. C43 Stoltz contending hard for the second position on the outside of the 81 of Carlisle. And Mott's going to be able to slide up into fourth spot. Carlisle into the back of 43 of Stoltz. And cautions out again. So a couple of back-to-back cautions here. We'll take a look to see what happened with this. I think he came in the back of the field. See the one of Jim Mott gets sideways through the corner. And cars having to check up left and right to stay out of the one, bringing out the caution there.
Jim Mott seemed like he was sideways before he entered the corner, so I think he hit his brakes a little bit too hard as his wheel was turned, and unfortunately the 48 car was right behind him and touched him, it looked like, and sent him around even further. Can I say that's a beef at least? No, is that not a beef?
Not confirmed.
Man, we need a beef. I was kind of hoping that that was a Danica Patrick move. Tried to wreck the car in front of him and then wreck yourself, but nah, it wasn't. So, oh well. We need a little excitement in the series. Little beef will be fun,
Yep.
Little Kenseth Logano thing, or Boyer, Gordon, some nice it'd be fun. I think that, if two drivers have a beef, they should go into pit lane, both drivers get out and have it animated like Rock'em Sock'em robots. That would be a lot of fun. Way it used to be old school.
You said you used to drive, right?
I never drove in a race. No,
oh, okay.
Testing tunes, things like that. I always worked on cars, and it was a lot of fun.
So you never got into
quite a few.
Any fights post race?
I've never driven a race car in a race.
Oh man.
I've never driven a race car in a race. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Coming out of turn 4. Let's see what Sheets can do. There goes the 26. One more time, and getting into the corner, and the cars behind him are still side by side, and that's everything that he wants to see, because right now he's going to try to pull away and put some distance between him and that 81 car, and the 81 car still is not clear from Stoltz. The 43 and the 81 have been battling for a while now. We've seen this a couple of times tonight. And that's just allowing Sheets to gather almost a 1 second lead, and they're still not done battling. So it's going to get heated. And then now you have another car behind him trying to join the fight. So right now, Carlisle, if he loses this position, he could lose 2 or 3 spots. So Zach Johnson diving in there to make sure that doesn't happen. We got another caution.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Sheets is getting
Unfortunately, it looks
so
like it was
mad.
a
I can hear him.
one car again. Just in a little bit hot, and I think it's just gonna loop around on him. On 20.
Oh,
I think that's the second
who
time the
was that that clicked him?
22 has gotten into a spinning car.
Chip on. Yeah. Man, Nick Vasquez is, well, he's a very patient guy, a very forgiving guy, so I'm sure he's, not upset about it at all. Sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield. And that 22
Ooh.
car, he's the bug tonight. And didn't look like he got him in that shot.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it hit him too hard there, but you could tell coming out of the corner, he was just kind of waiting on something to happen, but still somehow able to make contact with the one car. It looks like someone might have got their
And
lap back. Joe
Gibbons.
Gibbons.
Well,
Sorry, not Joe Gibbs. Joe Gibbons
he
getting his
was
lap back.
he was he was 3 laps down, so he's gotten 2 of them back. One more caution, and Gibbons is going to be back on the lead lap. I love it.
Never give up, folks. I'll be curious to see where he finishes tonight. Like if he's able to get the top 10 or something, that would be pretty crazy.
Yep. We've seen it before. That happened to me. I was running an Indy 500, and I received some damage on like lap 2, and I just stuck with it. And even though I was, a lot slower than the other cars, I was down like 3 laps, but I still managed to finish 9th. So, it's worth it to stick with it. And I finished 8th in another Indy 500 on Sunday, but I was running in 3rd position, screwed up my pit, sped on pit road. Yeah, and I ended up finishing 8th. So, Indy's so frustrating.
Were you able to get a lot of practice in for that, or you kind of just jumped in there and tried?
I think I got a little Unser blood in me because I've always been good at Indy. So last year at Crown Jewel, I was in the top 12 fastest cars. Ended up starting 8th. Green flag is out one more time. Sheets gets a great jump on Stoltz that time, but Stoltz gets a better jump on Carlisle and is able to fall in line. Now, can Carlisle get past Stoltz? Because I think Stoltz has been a little bit slower than Carlisle.
Yeah, Carlisle's been the fastest of. He was actually the fastest of between Sheets, Stoltz, and himself before that chain of cautions came out. So we'll have to wait and see how that pans out. Just behind them, see the 48 Tyler Krozak in front of the 77 and 45, fighting hard side by side, coming down the front stretch now. And Bellinger's right there to follow in line with the 77 if he's able to complete the pass on Zach Johnson here. Oh, and Bellinger, I think he got loose into the wall. Yep. We're still green somehow. So really unfortunate there for Bellinger that we're still green here. He's going to lose a ton of spots and not able to get any sort of repairs done to that thing. But
even worse for Gibbons. Gibbons was hoping for a caution right there, and we've seen a lot less bring a caution out tonight. So,
yeah,
sometimes you just don't catch everything. Not a big thing. We're still racing right now at lap 183. And a couple of cars slow off the corner there. Thought we had another caution coming out, but we were wrong again. Corey Mott still battling back up in 6th spot right now, trying to catch up to Johnson. Johnson seems to be running pretty smooth through the corner. However, back here, doesn't look like it, as you see the 4 car go way too deep. 35 car is going to drive right underneath it, and these guys are going to bounce off each other a couple of times, and they're going to fight in the corner.
Yeah, and Bellinger, who was up with the leaders, now finding himself back here. with these guys. He's gonna make it 3 wide on the exit
Oh,
of
three
2.
wide.
The Ford backs
He's
out.
gonna
Oh,
get
and he
by.
gets into Nick
Oh
Vasquez, sends him on the inside there.
no, that wasn't
And
Ballinger.
now
That was no, and there goes
Jim
Jim
Mott's
Mott.
but we're still green. Well, I was saying Nick, he got caught up again. It looks like someone got loose above him, and
Bounced off the wall right into him. Nick Vasquez is yeah,
think
he's had a really tough
I
night
see some
tonight.
steam coming out of that driver's side window.
Yeah, not from the engine either, because that is one very unhappy Nick Vasquez right now. I don't think it would be child appropriate to bring him up in the booth. It has been a tough night for him. But Gibbons, I know, is bumming because we've seen a bunch of cautions. Oh, and there's a caution flag. Welcome back to the lead lap, Mr. Gibbons. Oh, there it is, the 35 car.
57 Michael Deitch actually looks like, and
Was
Gibbons
that
able to
57?
yeah, Gibbons able to stay out of him, so he yeah, he'll get his lucky dog position back. He'll be back on the lead lap. And we have several cars, including our leader Caleb Sheets, coming in for service here, probably fuel and tires. Crossing the line here, they'll be lap 190 of 250, so 60 laps left
now,
here.
do you remember what I said early in the race? I said with between 75 and 50 laps, you're going to want to come in for that last set of tires. Right now, it's 60 laps left in this race.
Yeah, it looks like we have 2 cars on the lead lap actually electing to stay out. Tyler Krozak went in on lap 162. And actually Deitch is coming down pit lane here, so Tyler will be staying out.
I don't know if Tyler has another set of tires. He's been spun out and kicked to the curb so many times tonight.
I think it's showing
There's
that
another one that's had a bad night.
he's pitted 3 times, so he should have 1 set left.
Yeah, he should have another set left. Gonna roll the dice, hoping for a later caution. I mean, if you think about it, there's only 14 cars in the lead lap. New set of tires. Maybe a little gamble. I don't know if I would have stayed out here, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what he can do. And he's been fast too, so he hasn't had any luck at all. He started out front earlier and got booted. So let's see what happens here. Gonna have Sheets on the outside, and we've seen. Now this is gonna be hard to watch. Sheets is for the second time tonight is not gonna start the field, but he's on the outside of row 1, so he's gonna want to clear Stoltz, and I don't think Stoltz is gonna be very forgiving. So the 26 needs another one of his magical starts right now.
The pace car is off. 48 gets a huge jump, and Stoltz follows him, so he's gonna be able to clear the 26 unless the 26 can make something happen on the outside there. Stoltz moves up in front of
falling
Sheets.
behind. There you go. Just be patient now, because you're gonna see that
through 1.
That's what you're gonna see. Sheets has the best car on the track, so he just needs to be patient and let these guys wreck each other, and he can be there to capitalize. You see him already bouncing off the wall in front of him, so there's a lot of pressure on the 48 car in the 50,
Ooh.
excuse me, 43 cars. You see him getting real close there.
Yeah, Sheets shot up the track. He was trying to run the second lane there. That allowed Carlisle to slide in on the bottom. Now he's even with Sheets going down the backstretch. And Stoltz actually jumps up to the front. He's able to get around the 48. So Stoltz to the front with clean air. And now Sheets is he's in 4th position, having to claw his way back up into this thing.
Now, that was a smart move that you just saw Sheets make. Sheets knows the 81 car is faster than the 48, and he's waiting for that to happen. The Carlisle car looking below the 48 car, and what he's going to do is hopefully get him on the outside. Then he's going to come in and close the door, and he's going to get the pick, and he's going to get the position. So the 48 car is going to drop 2 positions. Well, really, the 26 car didn't do any work at all for that. No,
Yeah.
and another caution comes out.
Yeah, so
Not
that'll
sure
put
who that was. Who spun. Was that Deitch who spun? I'm not sure who it was.
looks like Zach Johnson got around. See him
Oh,
driving behind
Johnson.
77 on bot
Yeah.
here. Just puts the power down a little bit too hard, and the car goes around on him, able to keep it out of the wall. So no extra damage to that thing, just damaged ego.
Yeah. I'm sure he didn't swear at all.
But that puts
So
Stoltz to
16th caution.
That puts Stoltz to the front. He'll be in command of the field on this restart here. And then depending on where the 81 elects to restart.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Stoltz. Was that the choose cone?
Was it the choose cone?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Okay. Never mind. I thought it was the choose cone, and I thought Stoltz didn't make a decision. And we've seen the leader get penalized for that a couple of times this year. I know at least twice this year we've seen that happen, where the leader gets sent to the back of the pack for not having the choose cone. So that's what I thought just happened. So
yeah, I definitely have never done that
and
before.
Yep. I think Corey Mott was one of the drivers that got spanked with that. And I forget who else it was. Somebody else was in the lead. And they didn't get the choose cone, get sent to the back. I can't remember. There's only 2 cars out of this race so far. So Hamilton and Bogdan. Vasquez is in the pit, getting all the damage, much damage to that car as he can get fixed, and hopefully another set of tires. If he's got another set of tires, that's going to help him a lot. And now we have the choose cone. And Mr. Stoltz did pick a side. I will say this, when I do go in the truck series, give you a little hint of my paint scheme. I'm going to be driving a Toyota.
Oh.
Bet you didn't see that one coming.
I thought you were a Chevy guy.
I am, but an opportunity has arose, so we'll see what happens. Green flag comes out, and Stoltz gets a huge jump, and Mott gets a great jump.
Yeah, Mott to position 2 out of nowhere, it seems, and Carlisle's going to be in P3. Sheets back to P4 now, and he has Bellinger on the outside. So she's shuffled back just a little bit here with a little bit less than 50 laps, and a caution comes out again here on lap 204.
Oh, frustrating. Early in the race, I had mentioned that Corey Mott had done the same thing. Was it at Vegas, where he got damage early in the race? He got wrecked. Oh, it's Nick Vasquez after coming out for the pits. He has had a miserable night.
Yeah, I think
this car is so tweaked he can't even. Yeah, I think Nick Vasquez is all done. Yep, there it is.
So
yeah,
not
surprised there.
Tonight.
There's 3 cars out. Yeah. Nope. And I bet you he feels like the guy who got busted with the fake ID, because he has had a miserable night. But I was saying early in this race, I said how at Vegas, Corey Mott, I think it was Vegas, had received a lot of damage to his car. Just kept coming in, just kept staying on the lead lap. Was in the back of the pack the whole night. Fixed his car, and next thing you know, he's almost winning the race. And you know what? Here it is again. Same thing. 45 laps to go. The 77 car is in second spot behind Stoltz. Behind him, you have Carlisle in the 26 car of Mr. Sheets, and Sheets has had the dominant car all night, won 2 stages. Um, can't get much better than that. He just wants to get past those cars in front of him. And we've seen him do it a couple of times.
Yeah, it looks like Corey Mott's last pit stop was 30 seconds long, so an extra long pit stop, though. It looks like he was able to get a lot of damage fixed on that car, so he might be back in contention for potentially stealing this thing, starting P2 here. So about 40 laps left by the time we come back to green, which really goes by quickly here at Martinsville. So really not too much left in this race. Sheets a little bit further back than he'd like to be at this point, but again, if these cars get spread out, we've seen Sheets really show some great pace, so he definitely needs a little bit of a green flag run here with the laps remaining to work his way back up.
Just imagine it's Saturday night and you're at your local short track. The feature just came out for the baddest boys in the track. This is your Saturday night feature right here. 40 laps to go. Stoltz and Carlisle take the green flag, and the 43 car jumps out front, but Carlisle's hanging tough on the outside. We talked about him earlier, liking that outside line, but he's going to fall back into the behind the 43, and he tries the outside line again. This time, I think it's going to hurt him.
Yeah,
he's going to fall way back. And that's what the rest of the field does not want to see. That 26 car moving forward, now taking over third position just behind the 77 of Mott. Mott is not going to want to see that in his rear view mirror. Mott knows that the 26 car has been fast all night, and the 77 car has a lot of damage. He needs a nose job better than Cher right now, and he is diving that car deep into the corner, trying to get to the back of Stoltz. And here comes that 26 car with the run on the inside. He's looking, but he's just not quite there. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, Mott closing the door on the 26, and Mott's never an easy pass, so Carlisle needs to stay up on his wheel here because he might find himself racing again with the 26 and 77, but looks like Stoltz is slowing up just a tiny bit. 77 now, almost to the bumper of the 43, so the front of the pack stacked up just a bit, and I don't know if Stoltz is trying to back up Mott into Sheets to get them racing or what, but Stoltz was very fast early run, but Corey Mott's right there.
If I was Stoltz, I'd be squirting oil out the back of the car like 007 if I could. He's going to do everything he can to get away from him because Corey Mott's chasing him like he's waving a bologna sandwich at him, because right now Corey Mott is doing everything he can to get to the back of him, and I think he's actually burning up his stuff a little bit too much. It seems like Stoltz has a little bit better handling car than him, and so doesn't Sheets. Mott, again, still has a lot of damage from earlier, so that could be a factor at this point. The fact that he's running where he is after the damage he had earlier is amazing right now, but you take a look at the Rizmeister himself right there, Caleb Sheets. Look at the suit, look at the grin, look at the eyes. Ladies, you can't resist him. We know it. Right now, he's in third spot trying to get past Mott. Diving that thing deep into the corner.
Staying patient here. Oh, we might have another caution out. Yep, looks like we do.
Yeah, we do. And guess what that means? Caleb Sheets will be lining up on the inside of row 2. So, if Mott's on the outside, he better get a jump, because we've seen Caleb Sheets really just hammer the restarts all night long, and we'll see where the trouble is right here.
See Deitch just
parking
it a tiny bit mid-corner.
Giving him the chowder.
Not holding up for him to figure it out, and just kind of goes through him there.
Ooh. Man. Smacked him around like a lot lizard. That was, he came up there and gave him the business. So, you're almost at the end of this race. You're out front leading this thing, and you know Sheets is behind you. So, if Stoltz can get a good jump, Sheets gets a good jump, Mott is going to be a sitting duck, because I don't think Mott's car is handling anywhere near what Sheets is handling. The fact that Mott is where he is, I mean, let's face it, the guy's had plenty of damage, so the fact that he's where he is pretty impressive. But
yeah,
I think Stoltz's problem is going to be that 26 car.
Yeah, I think we'll see when it comes to choose, but I think Corey's gonna start behind Stoltz here, potentially on the inside. See if they can get a better restart that way. But
that would throw a monkey wrench into Sheets. So you know what, Mott, that would be a smart idea. And you know what, you can see Sheets hanging back to find out which way he's gonna go.
Yeah, Mott's gonna follow.
He's going to the outside. Smart move by Corey Mott. Wow, and Sheets went behind Mott.
That's interesting. Yeah, that just shows if you get caught out on that outside lane, even if the cars to your inside aren't necessarily faster than you, once they get running through there, they can just train through you and put you back 3-4 spots.
Oh, Corey Mott, you slide devil, you. He knows what he knew what he was doing on that one.
Yep, and pace car's off, and Stoltz is off again here.
And Mott does not get a good jump. Can Mott get there to hold the 81 up high? He's going to do it. I think Stoltz kind of held up. Stoltz is holding up the outside line with Carlisle.
Yeah, Carlisle's ripping that in the 26, looking on the inside of Mott
we're
now.
going 3 wide. Oh, I'm closing my eyes. This can't be good. Oh, Stoltz smart enough to kick it back. That takes patience, what Sheets just
now.
did.
Oh, no. Mott drives back up into the outside wall after getting loose down the track.
What a rough night.
I don't know if he got help from anyone there or... Nope, he just got loose all by himself.
Oh, so frustrating. It's Martinsville, man. This place is not fun. This track is not fun. Especially in these cars.
You've seen a number of guys do that on exit, just kind of thunderfoot it, and the rear end kicks out on you.
There isn't any car on iRacing that drives this track like this. It doesn't matter how much experience you have in any other race car. It does not help you with these cars.
Yeah. Yep. Have you ever seen the Miatas, the MX-5s here?
Yep.
A true stock car. Because it's mostly just a stock Miata.
Yep. We ran. We're going to run the night before the 500 in the Miatas at what is the track in Indy? O'Reilly Park there. O'Reilly Park?
Oh, is it Lucas Oil or?
Yeah, Lucas Oil. That's what I'm looking for. We're gonna do the night before the 500 at Lucas Oil in the Mazda Miatas. So that's always a fun race.
Yeah.
100-lap feature.
I know that's a track where you're up near the wall most of the time, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, in Mazda Miata, you just try to get around the track any way you can. You know, one of the many ways you have fun on iRacing, you get a group of guys, and you just meet up for random events that you do. We have one guy that'll say this is what we're racing, this is where it's going to be. And we've run Formula cars at Oswego. We've run Miatas here. We've done it a few places. So it's a lot of fun. If you don't do iRacing, you got to try it. It is a blast. But right now we have 25 laps to go to the end of this thing. Pace car pulls off. Stoltz and Sheets out front. Take us to the green flag.
Yep, 25 laps here, so really not too much left race at all. See Stoltz start on the inside. He's going to have the command of the field coming to the Geico restart zone. He gets a great leap on that inside. 81's about even with 26 car coming to lane turns 1 and 2 here. Sheets making a great attempt on that outside there. He's about even with Carlisle. Caution's out again. Looks like we had some trouble in the back, so again, Sheets will be P2, electing where to restart here. Stoltz will
I'll
be,
tell you one thing. One thing I'm seeing is Stoltz is trying to stall out. He's trying to do a little blocking here. Now watch what Stoltz is doing. He's taking off, getting a good run. He's trying to get Carlisle to the inside of Sheets. So he's going to sandbag to the corner, but now he can't get up in front of Sheets, so he's kind of stuck in that middle lane. And then the caution comes out. But I think he was trying to stall out Sheets in that middle lane, on that outside lane, and it didn't work because he definitely would rather deal with the 81 car than Sheets.
Yep, and the caution came in the back here. Looks like Mott just got into ledger there a little bit, sending him up the wall, or into the wall rather. So by the time we go green here, it'll be about 20 laps now. So lap counter ticking down lower and lower. Sheets sitting P2 behind Stoltz in P1. And regardless of whether you're faster or not faster, any restart normally takes about, I mean, off the initial jump that the leader gets, it takes probably about 3 or 4 laps to get to the bumper again to line up some sort of pass. So Sheets definitely hoping for a little bit of a green flag run here at the end so he can try to get to Stoltz's bumper. I mean, he could potentially try to jump the start and time it perfectly and be there, but it's very tough. Very, very hard to do.
Your Sheets, you definitely got to start on the inside lane. No matter what, you got to start on the inside lane.
Yeah, just too much of a risk to get a bad start on the outside and allowing cars to come through.
Yeah, get on the inside lane, get past Carlisle, and just try to time it, because I think Stoltz is going to try to block Sheets no matter what. He would rather deal with Carlisle than Sheets. So
I'm
let's
excited
keep
to see
an eye out for that.
Try to rip this top lane though. I mean, he's Mr. Topside, so we'll see.
And
see
he's
if he
done
can
it
make that
before.
outside lane
So
work here.
can you imagine winning with a pass of the outside lane at Martinsville? And
Carlisle,
he gets a great stop.
He has to stab the brake a tiny bit to stall his momentum there, but great restart for the 81, and Sheets is side by side with him coming through 3 and 4. Stoltz out only about 3/10 currently, though. It looks like Sheets is going to be able to clear Carlisle. No, I saw the car spinning behind. We're still green here. We'll stay with the leaders.
Able to keep it going.
Yeah, I think that was Johnson back there. Carlisle just gets a little bit too high, and the car washes up. Now we have a battle for the lead between the 43 of Stoltz and Sheets. Sheets looking on the inside of the 43. 43's gonna have to throw a block here. And the 26 gets into the back of the 43 just a tiny bit, rotating him through the corner. And these guys are
I'll tell you what.
Out. Sorry, go ahead.
Sheets has a much better handling car, and caution comes out again.
Out. And that's what I was talking about. Sheets really just needs some green flag laps to get a pass done here. When these restarts keep coming, then allows Stoltz to get about 4 to 5 laps of leading. So
now Sheets can turn down underneath the 43. with a couple of cars breaking loose in the back. The 77 of Mud as well as the 8.
I think and then the one car gets loose and
One's car spins, hit by the 29.
someone
Where's
throw
the
a
Benny
tent
Hill
over the
music when you
circus.
need it? Where's the Benny Hill music when you need it? The 21st caution. What was that you said earlier about only being, 16 cars are going to have a quick race?
Yeah.
But we're not at a record yet, so. Actually, this will be the record under the new revamp, so Carolina series, so. 21 cautions, new record for a race. 15 to go. Do you think we're done with the cautions?
Sorry, I had to do it. What's up?
Think we're done with the cautions? 15 to go?
No, we're not done.
No, we're not. I just heard somebody scream outside. I think it might be Nick Vasquez. I can hear him all the way from Texas. Nick, relax. You're going to be fine. You already got your win.
Here,
He just aims for perfection.
I got you, Bill.
There we go. That's perfect. We got to save that one.
If we get another self spin, I might play it again. We'll see. But the pace cars off again. And these leaders are rolling to the restart zone here. See Carlisle starting outside the 43. Sheets will be starting behind Stoltz on the inside row. And a little bit of a checkup there, though. Sheets able to inch out in front of Carlisle on the inside. And he should be able to clear the 81 comfortably here. And now Stoltz.
Bad news for Stoltz.
Sheets gets into Stoltz, sends him into the wall. Coming. And we're still green, so there's not even a caution that's going to allow Stoltz to get re-racked. He's but after that, Sheets has dropped back, and Bellinger is to the lead now. Somehow Bellinger he's now leading this race. And Sheets
look who's right behind him is the 48. Yeah, that was a tough break for Sheets. I don't think he meant to get into him, but I think he was.
Krozak gets around and collects 81. 81 up into the wall.
And oh man. All right, hit the music.
We'll have to go back just a little bit here. Let's see. I want to see where is the green flag?
I hate to have to say this. But I think the 26 car Sheet's gonna.
Oh man. Oh man, I can't. I think that was payback for something earlier. I don't know. Let's see, 48 is red hot after that. Oh man, it's a tough track. It brings out the worst in everybody. So.
You know what? I was so excited I forgot to turn my mic back on. But I am glad my mic was turned off because I've been laughing so hard it would have ruined the broadcast. But that was classic with the music. But
Oh man.
Mr. Sheets, the 26 car, is a little frustrated right now, and he's not happy. And I kind of gotta be honest with you. I saw a little bit of blocking there, and it was a
Oh,
little
well,
unnecessary. But right now,
I know the
that
48.
26 car is the fastest car on the yeah, so that 26 car is extremely fast, and I think
Yep.
he's going to be faster than the 88. So this is going to be the restart to win the race right now.
Yep. And I mean, I was gonna say the 48 and 26 cars are not. I mean, the 48's pissed at the 26 car right now, so just keep an eye on those two. I mean, Sheets got in the back of the 48, and the 48 drove up to him under caution. So, I mean, we'll see.
I
We'll
was
see.
told not. I was told not to start a beef.
Yep. See, 48
Oh,
and
and the
26 side
48
by
gets a
side
great
going into
jump.
1 and 2. Bellinger to the front
Yeah,
of the
it's not gonna
pack
be.
now. He has a little bit of space to breathe. The cars are stacked up behind him, so he'll like to see them battling each other.
Yeah, you know what? The
Oh,
48 car, if he's
26
going,
gets into the 48. We're still green. 48 somehow saves it. It keeps the car rolling. He's still in second position, and he was about sideways entering turn 1 there. So the fact he's still rolling here, Sheets gets into the 48 again, and then Zach Johns.
oh boy.
Oh, you guys, come on.
Oh my God, I haven't laughed this hard since Biden's last presidential speech. This has been a classic. This is great. I absolutely love this. What is going on here? Everybody's. Well. Oh, but this started even way before that, and wow, it looks like
like
Grozek,
the 45 is warming up his tires too. Like this is the best.
Grozek and Sheets were running side by side.
Yeah.
Well, not side by side. I think the 48 thought he was clear of the 26 car and moved up, and that put him into the wall. Now, after that, there was a little bit of love tapping going on.
Yeah.
The 26 gave him the chowder and sent him to Tuesday. He got sent to the rear of this thing. So,
and I feel
the
like
dominant car all night just, he got roughed up tonight. There were a couple of times. It's Martinsville. There's been a lot of guys that have been roughed up. He hasn't been roughed up as much as other guys. And I just want to let you know, look who is in the top 3 right now.
Yeah, Noah Hunt. I mean, we saw this Pepsi car get spun around numerous times tonight. So the fact that he's up here top 3, also have Bellinger, who was just back after being out last week. So he's fighting for the lead here. I mean, he's in the lead, and he's going to be at a huge advantage with a green-white checkered here at the end of this thing.
And Hunt's going to be on the inside lane behind. Hunt has a chance to win this thing, at least finish second, because if he gets a good start and he gets underneath Johnson, he can come in second spot. So big restart for that 35 car. Let's see some magic. There you go, push him. Oh, there it is. The 35 gets probably the best restart of the night from any driver. And unfortunately, Johnson is able to drive it real deep into the corner and still manage to get around.
Oh,
that was impressive. Oh, no. Oh.
And with the white flag's out, so we're still racing. Racing. Bellinger's still up front. there's a parking lot in 3 and 4. I don't know if the leader is gonna have to work his way through these guys. They've cleared out. They have cleared out. So Bellinger's going to steal this thing here at Martinsville. Great job, able to keep the car clean. And Noah Hunt will come across P2. Michael Deitch comes across P3.
Oh, they're
And we
still
have cars
wrecking
still wrecking each other.
The 48 car, and who did he just take out?
Oh,
The 4
man.
Oh, man. Wow. Oh, boy.
I think Corey Mott was the first person to send it here. Oh, man. Oh, wow.
Oh, my Lanta.
The fact that Deitch finished P3 tonight, I mean, he was laps down at one point, wasn't he? I might be thinking
He
somebody
was
else.
3 laps. No, Gibbons. Gibbons was 3 laps down. Right. Deitch was a lap down. But Noah Hunt, I mean, he's been involved in just about, he's been collected in everything. And for him to finish second spot, I mean, that's unbelievable. I can't believe that. But that guy right there, Ballinger, holy crap! He must be laughing his butt off right now.
Yeah, and Sheets drops all the way to 7th position. I mean, still top 10, but after going back to back,
such a heartbreak. You're the dominant car by far, and we haven't seen this one, the reverse donut. I mean, the reverse victory lap.
Okay, and we'll pull up. First, we'll pull up Michael Deitch, driver of the 57 car, for his post-race interview. Give me 1 second here. Mr. Deitch, you're in the booth. You got us?
Hey, boys. What's up?
Hey, so coming home with a P3, were you expecting that?
No.
Yeah, I mean, we saw you get roughed up there in the back for most of the race, it seemed like. So coming home on the podium, that's an amazing finish. I have on my screen here sharing your perspective here coming to the end of this thing. See you riding behind Corey Mott here. You have Carlisle to your outside. And I think this is when Mott just clears the field out and opens the seas for you.
Yeah, I almost got in that because I do not corner well, and all of a sudden I see the 43 just go right in front of my nose, and I'm like, oh no. But yeah, this was a scrappy run of the checkers, that's for sure. And good thing I got the better end of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you ever go lap down tonight, or were you always on the lead lap?
I went down 2 laps early on, I think.
That's
I was not having fun out there, and I had an incident with Noah Hamilton I wasn't proud of, and he was kind of belittling me, but that's short track racing, that's how it goes. But we stuck with it, and I had to bank on some free passes, and I'm in 3rd place after all that. It's a miracle of the century.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I was trying to start a beef earlier, joking around, and I'll tell you, there's about 6 beefs going on right now. They were wrecking each other way after the green flag, so there's going to be some tempers. But you were 2 laps down. You just stayed with it. And it seemed like everybody just nobody wanted to win this race tonight.
I agree. And, well, first of all, I think a lot of people are going to be mad at Caleb Sheets after this because he completely cleaned out Stoltz and Krajcik. I'm just looking at some things on the server chat right now, but it just didn't seem like in those last few laps there we just couldn't get a good green flag run going. and I just don't have any long run pace here. So the fact that we were able to bank on all those cautions and maintain the track position I had, and it's just a matter of just staying with it, and
Yep.
good things will come for you.
Yeah.
Well, I can guarantee if you watch this race on the review, you are going to laugh your butt off because the last 50 laps were extremely entertaining.
Oh,
I,
Bill.
I mean,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
the music doesn't come through on the recording
Oh
because
no!
yeah, I don't want to get copy strikes, so I
Oh,
put the music to a different stream, audio stream.
Oh no. Oh no, it's better not be any of that royalty three nonsense. I hate that stuff.
no,
But
no.
that'll be fun. Yeah, that'll be fun to look back on.
Yeah, with during the cautions of some of those wrecks, we were watching the replay, and he was running Benny Hill music to it, and it was pretty funny.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Circus music.
I think playing the Benny Hill Yakety Sax music is fitting for some of the behavior in this race,
Yeah.
and that's just putting it lightly.
Yeah,
Yeah, it got
Martinsville,
ugly
it
towards the end.
brings out the worst in everyone, it feels like. So it's
Hmm.
just sometimes coming to the checkered there, people throw the moves that just aren't possible. And we saw that from numerous people, so definitely going to be some hot tempers in the chat. But as for you and yourself, I mean, P3 best finish of the year for you. Looking ahead to tomorrow, it's quite a switch to Darlington Raceway. Are you at all prepared for that, or are you just gonna go out there and try your best?
Um, I'm gonna do the same thing I did today, and that's just go out there and run the laps, and hopefully good things happen. Because I did not prepare for this race. I'm lucky I had a few setups already
Mm,
loaded in, but yeah, we gotta keep this going. We started off very strong at Daytona, then had a rough few weeks, especially at Vegas and Miami, two tracks that should have been good to me, but they weren't. Um, Darlington was good for me in that I'm gonna air quote this other league that we were in, but
redacted.
it was
Yeah.
it was good to us in that Xfinity thing we did, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I might run that Kurt Busch throwback again
Yeah.
because I liked how it came out.
Mhm.
Shout out Cube Graphics, but yeah, we're gonna do the same thing that we've been doing all year, pretty much, and that's just show up, run the laps, and hopefully the results will reflect on what we are capable of.
All right, man. Sounds good. Well, you have a good rest of your evening. Any shout outs you want to give before you head out?
Yeah, big shouts to everyone on the KDR team for supporting me every step of the way. Big shout out to Cube Graphics, who was on my race car and has been all season, especially today. And yeah, just we're gonna put Martinsville behind us and move on to Darlington.
All right. Sounds good, Michael. You have a good one.
You too, Thomas and Bill.
See ya. That was Michael Deach, driver of the 57 car, able to sneak into third position after much of the field was taken out there on that last lap. So great job for him, just not giving up. Went 2 laps down at one point and fought back to finish third place tonight. Next up, another unlikely character in the podium on the podium, Noah Hunt, driver 35 car, had some issues all night. We saw him get spun around and spin around on his own, but able to come home position 2. Let me get him down into the booth here. Mr. Hunt, you're in booth. You got us?
Yes, I do.
Hey man, so was finishing podium anywhere on your radar during this race, or coming even to that last restart there?
You could not. I would not have believed it in a million years that I would be finishing on the podium at all tracks in Martinsville too.
Yeah, we're. I have on my screen here. We're watching the final restart here. You actually started behind the leader. I actually kind of forgot that. So you were in a good spot here. at the end of this thing, I think you kind of were able to clear Corey Mott, taking out most of the field behind you. So you see you do a good job, get a good lunge into there. Corey Mott just flies across, takes out Zach Johnson, and you're kind of have free sails from here. So were you watching that, or were you just kind of looked behind you and saw the field was gone? What was going through your head there?
Well, when I saw the whole wreck happened, I was kind of freaking out because I'm like, I'm gonna blow this next restart because I thought we are gonna get a caution, and then I saw the white flag appear on my screen. I could not believe it. I was actually taking the white flag in second place. I didn't care about the win anymore. I just wanted to finish on the podium and be able to enjoy this. This is my best finish in the league, my first league lap finish the whole
Heck
season.
yeah, man.
And I can't believe at all tracks it would be Martinsville I would do this.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy it. You proved that you just never quit. Just keep going, and you had slowly worked yourself up. Your lap times improved throughout the race. So, I mean, you were getting faster at this track, and you know what? Enjoy it. Second place at Martinsville. I don't care what happened. Second place at Martinsville is. I'd love to have it.
Yeah,
and
for
I
sure.
mean, like, I made a lot of mistakes. I mean, it's Martinsville. It's gonna happen, and I owe some people some apologies, but I mean, I can kind of forget all that now at this point.
Yeah, it seems like there's some other people that are kind of stealing all of the anger. So you should be good. I mean, just take your second place and on to Darlington tomorrow. And speaking of Darlington, have you been able to prep for that at all? How are you feeling about that?
I mean, I Darlington I'm very inexperienced at, but when I did get opportunity back in Crown Jewel to run the cup race there, I actually did pretty decent, shockingly. And I have higher hopes now because when I went into that race, I had very little experience in Darlington, and now I did a full length race there.
Yeah.
And I think we're going back there with the same car I drove. I mean, I'm a lot more confident right now than I would have been if I like a couple months ago.
There you go, man. Yeah, just drive the track and don't worry about competitors. And as we saw tonight, there's a lot of beef, so probably going to be some hard driving between the guys who are normally up front. So just do your thing, and we might be talking to you again tomorrow.
I mean, I hope so.
Well, good job tonight. Good job getting P2. Were you ever a lap down tonight?
I did not go a lap down. I got pretty close, but the amount of cautions, I kind of was able to stay up around the top 10 or so and not have a big foot of going a lap down.
Gotcha. Well, again, good job on the P2. Any shout outs you want to give before you head out?
I mean, shout out to Corey for taking out the whole field, but also being my team owner and everyone at Palmetto, because I mean, I wouldn't be able to do this without their help and stuff.
Yep.
And yeah, thank you guys as well for putting on the broadcast.
Yeah, no problem. Not a problem. Well, you have a good rest of your evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yep, thank you guys.
That was Mr. Noah Hunt, driver of the 35. Yeah, I mean, he was pretty surprised that he came home P2. But
well, I don't know why, because he was a survivor all night, and he put himself in the situation where he was there. You know what I mean? Even before, he was in what, fifth? The night he should have been out by lap 100. Yeah. So he just kept battling back, and it was well deserved. And no matter what, it's a confidence booster for tomorrow night. He said that going into Darlington, he did okay. He's going to have pretty much the same car going into the track. So finishing second tonight, going into tomorrow night's race, hey man, it gives him that little extra something. So good for him.
Yep, absolutely. That just leaves one guy left, Tyler Bellinger, returning last week after having to take some time off, able to come home tonight with the win. I feel like I just looked up at one point and saw that he was out into the lead. I'm trying to remember exactly when that was. It might have been before that last restart. But
coming out of turn 4.
Yeah, we'll get him in the booth here. Mr. Bellinger in the booth, you got us?
Yes, sir.
Great job, man. I on the broadcast I said you stole that thing, but look, you were battling hard all night, and you were in the right spot at the right time. When you saw the field get taken out, did you how were you feeling? What was going through your head?
Well, it's kind of what I was hoping for when the night started. I felt like I was like a 5th place car, maybe 4th, and that's kind of where you need to be if something like that's going to happen. And battling with Corey about 2/3 of the way through the race, I got loose and smacked the inside wall and had bent my left front toe link and had 4.5 minutes of optional that I just didn't have time to fix. So I just played a strategy with tires to have fresher tires there at the end, and got back up to, I think I was running 4th or 5th when that wreck happened, and the 26 drove down and took out my teammate Stoltz. And I saw that happen, and I hit my mark in the corner. I got below Carlisle, and I used him up just a little bit coming up the track, but I knew I had to be clear of him if that caution came out, so I'd have the lead in the control. And it didn't come out in that turn; it came out in the next turn. But I was in the lead at that point, and I got a really, really good restart. On the next restart, got a big gap on the field, and caution come out with like 7 to go. I really wanted it to stay green there. And then I was talking to Noah Hunt. I'd gone to the back of the pack a few times after repairing damage, and I blew the doors off him when I went around him. And I told him I don't mean that in a bad way. I could tell you were struggling. So then on that last green-white checker, I was like, okay, so he's in P2. One of two things is going to happen. One, I'm going to get a good restart and I'm going to be gone and nobody will be close enough to touch me. Or two, he's not going to know how to handle this situation and I'm going to get ass packed in turn 1 and wrecked. And to his credit, he said, I didn't want to do that. I was careful. And he was. So it was really cool to see him up there in P2.
Yeah, it was.
But to the way you started that, I definitely stole that. I mean, I put myself in the right position, but I was not the fastest car at all. I was top 5 at best, like right around 5th. So just stayed in the dogfight and there at the end with a damaged car.
Yeah, and I think this was lap 238 when you took the lead coming out of 4. I'm sharing it on my Discord share right now. But
yeah,
you see just
this is where I use Carlisle up a little bit here because I see it and I'm like, gotta go. I'm waiting for the yellow and I'm like, just a touch, nothing too crazy in my opinion. I don't think he'd be upset about that, but
no,
that was essentially the race right there. Because once a green-white checker happens here, as long as you don't make any mistakes and somebody doesn't completely dive bomb you, you pretty much got it in the bag.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were 3 wide at one point. You, the 81, and the 26 of Sheets. So, really.
Yeah, I was waiting for a quick trigger on the caution by Ryan Taft. That's why I felt it so important to get in front of Carlisle. And it was a little risky to use him up like that. I could have gotten myself turned, but I wouldn't blame anybody for doing that to me in that situation. I don't think that was anything too crazy. But
no, that's the last lap.
But
so
when all the tire smoke's in the air, really all bets are off, and just trying to make it through and gain spots where you can. So
I didn't piss anybody off tonight. Didn't dump anybody. Didn't do any of that. So
yeah, I was
the
gonna
car
say
wasn't perfectly clean, but nobody being mad at me makes it count for something.
There's a lot of other feuds going on. A lot of other people caught in the crosshairs before our race tomorrow night at Darlington. Have you been able to prep for that at all? How are you feeling about that track?
Hate that track. My least favorite track on the schedule. Can't stand it. I started the night thinking, man, maybe I should just pretend I'm not feeling good tomorrow and everybody will give me a pass after what happened to me. And I was like, no, I can't do that. I've already missed 2 races for being in the hospital. So
you know what?
I'll be there, but I won't like it.
Yeah, well, you know what, Big Mouth, you just gave away the strategy for later on in the season when you really don't want to race.
I never miss races. I never miss races. So that should have been like red flag number 1 a couple weeks ago when I wasn't there. Somebody should have been like, "Where's Bellinger?" Because he literally has not missed a cup race since joining this league.
Well, we had heard it went around what had happened, and everybody was just kind of like in shock. Holy cow, and certainly wasn't expected by us, and I'm sure it wasn't expected by you and your family. So
nope.
I'm glad we're talking in victory lane, and it was a very hard fought battle tonight, and congratulations for surviving it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Ain't the
Yep.
first thing I've survived this month.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I was hoping that we'd call it back. Like you're gonna want to go for the back to backs, but it's kind of. I mean, if you hate
Oh, it ain't
Darlington, I
happening.
don't. Yeah,
I
don't
hate
know.
it. I hate it, man. If I finish that race, that's a W.
Well, I mean, with the way these guys are talking to each other, it might be the
Yeah,
last guy
maybe right
standing
place, right
tomorrow.
time
So,
again.
but good job, man. Good job coming home in the first spot. Any shout outs you want to give before you head out?
Oh, for sure. Nobody league related really. I wasn't in a chat tonight. I was racing by myself to stay focused. But got to shout out my two neighbors who took turns for 20 minutes giving me manual CPR before the ambulance showed up, and shout out the medics that shocked me 3 times and got me to a non-life sustaining heartbeat before putting me in a medically induced coma. And shout out to God for allowing me to go 20 minutes without oxygen and not coming out of it more retarded than I already am.
Oh, man. Definitely one way to phrase that, but yeah, absolute respect to all those people that were able to help you out and get you
It's
back
crazy
here
knowing
racing
there's
with us.
people out there that are literally responsible for saving, like, not just saving your life, bringing you back to life, and you
Yeah.
don't know what they look like, what their names are, anything. That's just another day for those guys. So shout out to all
Yep.
those paramedics and everything for real, because that thinking about it like that blew my mind when it hit me. I'm like, I'll never meet these people or know these people, and they literally brought me back to life.
Yeah.
Well, reach out to them. They'd love to hear it.
If I knew who they were, I would, but I don't know if I can find that information out. I'll ask my wife about that. That's a good point. Maybe I can.
Right the emergency room.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right,
Yep,
man. Well,
so-
you have a good rest of your evening. Great job coming home first place tonight. And hopefully we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Maybe.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. You have a good night.
Yep. You too.
See ya.
Peace, brother. That was Tyler Bellinger shocking us. He shocked us tonight. I know it's a terrible joke, but I was been thinking about it for the past 30 seconds, so I thought I would say it. But
Well, you know what? I mean, it's just really an incredible story, and to hear him say it the way he just did is, really kind of just hits home that, you talk about a miracle being without oxygen for 30 minutes, and just, he got CPR right off the bat, pretty quickly and everything. And, that's what saved it. So, thank God for that. Thank his neighbors and the firefighters and everybody else who did save him. He's our friend.
Yep.
And we're glad to have him. So thank you all. We do appreciate it.
yes, sir. And with that, I think we're gonna call it a night here at Martinsville. Tomorrow night we'll be at Darlington Raceway. Definitely a driver's track, so it should be interesting to see how the guys navigate around that. Hopefully they'll take the time to cool off and come back tomorrow night recollected and ready to race again. As for everybody in the Twitch chat, thank you so much for coming out tonight and supporting the stream, supporting the league here. And we'll be back again, same time, different place, Darlington Raceway, tomorrow night. And we'll kick off another race there. Bill, will you be there tomorrow night?
I will be.
Awesome. Well, everybody, you guys have a great evening and have a good day tomorrow. You guys have a good one.